don't particularly like doing these things, clipper blade sharpening, but you've been asking for videos on these. These came from a sharpener who has some health issues right now, and so he brought them to me to sharpen, and they're all from barber shops. I've taken them apart, I've adjusted the spring, and now let's see how long it takes me to sharpen them. So here we go. It's going to be a little hard for you to see everything because I'm going to have my back to you sometimes, and I'll be over here and I'm doing this at a distance. But I have a lot of other clipper blade sharpening videos with close-up. This one is just to kind of give you an idea of how long it takes me to actually sharpen the clipper blades. The sharpening doesn't take long. It's putting them back together. It takes the longest. So it is 9:05 and let's go. This is the Nebraska Blades, and right now I have a 14-inch plate. I do have you can't see it in the box, but I have a 16-inch plate, and I alternate them. So when I have to send this one off to be resurfaced, then I will put the 16-inch and vice versa. Now it's already charged, I think. I don't do a lot of blades, so I don't remember how many I did before on it. We can tell by the spark pattern whether it needs to be charged. Typically people put the magnet on like so, but because of my arthritis, it's easier for me to turn it this way. Whatever works for your hand. So, but I do try to line it up so that it is kind of between these two rails. You see the yellow dot in here? I've already put that on there. This is quick dry nail polish. I use yellow because the other sharpeners in the area use other colors, and we know each other's colors. I like yellow. It makes me happy because I'm not always happy when I'm doing clipper blade sharpening. I'm happy today because I enjoy videotaping, but let's get on to sharpening. So I'm going back to timing myself. Now it's 9:06. I'm going to stand on this side because this works better for me. I'm holding it here. And I'm sorry, I'm going to sing while I'm doing this. I hope you don't mind. And I start in the center, I move to the outside, and then lift up in the middle. And what I'm looking at now is if I have a uniform, I see a little shadow right in here. So since I'm showing you how long it takes me rather than the details on this, I'm not going to bring this to the camera. But I see a little shadow here, a little shadow there, so I need to go over it again. Round and round, round and round, goes the whirlwind, blades are ground. And I'm getting a good sparking pattern, but I still haven't got up here where it's still a little shadow. I'm going to move my magnet up a little bit more, and one more time. If I don't get it this time, I'm going to recharge my plate. Round and round, round and round, goes the whirlwind, blades are ground. No, I'm still seeing a shadow. I don't know if it's me or the plate needs to be recharged, so I'm going to recharge the plate. I have to clean it first. H42. Still dirty. I'll find a clean spot in my cloth. Not as bad. Another clean spot. That's kind of good enough. Trash can. Now I use the pure lard oil, which is like in a shampoo bottle. Shake it up good. And I'm just going to drip a few on there. I got a super greasy rag. So I'm smearing this oil all over it. I want to get a good covering of the oil. I don't want to make a mud, but I do want the grit to stick to the plate. Grit. Grit's cheap. Make sure you put plenty on there. Spread it around with a brush. And if you're doing it right, it should turn dark as it's mixing with the oil. And the wheel, you can't see it, but the wheel's turning as I'm brushing it. And now I want to charge it and push it into the plate. This is just a piece of wood, pine. Got it from Edge Pro. All of this stuff is from Edge Pro. We sell the Edge Pro products, or Nebraska Blades, which is Edge Pro bought them out a while ago. I hope you can hear me. You're a little ways away from me. And it's that time of year for pollen. So what I'm looking for is no shiny spots. Everything looks like it's got grit on it. That looks pretty good. Alright, let's see if this blade comes out better this time. Turn it on. And I can actually look in here and see the numbers and see whether it's all the way up to speed. So it's better to leave it all the way up to speed. What I'm looking at while I'm waiting for it to speed up. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, you can see it. Can you see that little angle there? Now that might have been something from that last sharpening that was bad. Or it might have been something I was doing that was bad, landing wrong. Or it might have been I needed more grit. Or a combination of things. But I want to make sure I have enough pressure on this side where it looked bad. Oh, and you should be wearing a mask when you do this. Do as I say, not as I do. So I just did a few strokes because I'm getting such better sparking, but I still haven't got it yet. I'm kind of moving my finger over here. You can see that. Just a tad more. Yeah, and any more I'm going to lose that back rail. I'm going to stop there. The edges sharp, that was flat, clippers, grinders, speed through that. That looks good. Blade number 2. This is a size 1 Oster. My puppy dog's here to see me. He says, "What is that noise?" That one actually looks pretty good too. Bo really likes the lard oil, so he smells it on the cloth in that trash can. And you don't want to get into this, Bo, believe me. Round and round, round and round, goes the wheel when blades are ground. That one looks good. The lard oil has no smell to it, to me as a human. As a human with a really good sniffer, I have a good nose for things. But dogs can smell things, of course, that we can't smell. Now this one is really looking rough, and when I took it apart, it was stuck together like the person that used it wasn't using any oil. So this may take longer, but it's got a good rail. A little bit more. And by the way, where I'm standing is sort of, you can see me better, but this is the way I would normally stand. It's right here. And this height of the machine seems to be perfect for me. I'm still seeing a little bit at the tip. Once more. The edge is sharp, that was flat, with the grinders see to that. That looks good. One more to do. Round and round, round and round, goes the wheel when blades are ground. And I have to look at it pretty close to make sure about the shadows. I can still see a little bit at the tip. I'm just going to show you real quick. Let's see if you can see this. Yeah, you can see there's an angle right there. Actually, you can see it better in the camera than I think I can with my naked eye. Alright, so once more. Round and round, round and round, goes the wheel when blades are ground. And that looks good. And I put my finger here instead of in the center on that one. So I have 3 blades sharpened, and I did them in about 10 minutes. Now, so Anyone that tells you they can do a blade every 5 minutes, that may not be including taking them apart and putting them back together. So now I need to demagnetize them, clean them, put them back together, check the tension, and also I'm going to test them. So those things take longer. Stay tuned with me. I'll zip through that because that's not what this video is about, but I'll let you know how much time it takes me to do those last processes, okay? So it's 9:25. Took me 10 minutes to actually sharpen them. It took me, let's see, about almost 20 minutes to clean them, assemble them, check them, that type of thing. And let's add at least another 5 minutes for me taking them apart. So let's say 35 minutes for 3 blades, so a little bit more than 10 minutes a blade. That's about my speed. So actually that's a lot faster than I was expecting. You know, how is it when things you don't like to do just feels like they take longer? But that's how long it takes me to do a clipper blade.